That's it. I don't want to be a YouTuber anymore. You know what? I want to be the new host of Blue's Clues. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I mean, how hard could it be? Oh, we just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. See, I nailed that shit.
Hey, it's me, Steve, from Blue's Clues. To become the new host of the show, I've left some games for you to beat.
Apparently pretty hard.
Blue's Clues, an early 2000s educational kids show featuring a man named Steve and his dog Blue solving various mysteries and puzzles. I'm not going to go into depth about the show, but my family loved it. Of course, I grew up when the original show was ending, but my siblings were Blue's Clues fiends. Also, I'm not sure the validity of this statement, but I remember my mom telling me that she cried when Steve left the show originally. But then again, Joe had nothing on Steve, let's be honest here. Anyway, since my family loved the show so much, they had a bunch of merchandise, including the video games. Now, those were most of the exposure I ever had to the show besides a few episodes, and I loved these games. I owned a PS2, a GameCube, I chose the Windows 98 game with the funny green man. I rebought a few of these games a couple months ago for nostalgia purposes, but I needed more. So I set off to collect every single Blue's Clues video game, which was easier than I thought. Surprisingly, there's no demand for these things. While originally I was going to take a look at every single one of these games, shipping delays and my minimum wage job are halting me from covering them all. So today, I'll be talking about 3 of the computer titles. Fun fact, there only exists one actual mainline console Blue's Clues game, which is for the PS1. The rest of them are PC, a single Game Boy Color game, or whatever the hell this thing is.
Enough stalling. It's time to get into the first game. Blue's 1, 2, 3 activities.
All the games talked about today are developed by the edutainment game titans Humongous Entertainment. They made the popular Putt Putt, Freddy Fish, and Pajama Sam series, so you know we're dealing with some pros here. We open up with our man Steve helping with the carnival fair thingy that he set up. Can I just say that I love the camera quality and grain on Steve? He just doesn't blend into the background at all, and you could see the blue screen behind him sometimes, and I just love it. Also, I know for a fact that Steve was just having a blast filming this.
You can put all your blue dollars in it. I'll be right here. Greeting. Hi, and welcome to the big backyard fair.
Now we set up a profile, steal Steve's identity, and begin the game. The premise of the game is to play these various mini games that will give you blue dollars, the currency needed to buy parts for a prize from the prize tent. I will admit, there are some decent games here, like for example, against this bear dude. You basically play Uno, which I swear he rigged multiple times. I had to play this like 5 times before I won. Then you have the not so great games, like clicking the right amount of blocks or triangles or whatever to put on the train so the cube man over here can build a bridge. Other classics include the game with the salt and pepper shakers where you sort different categories of food, the game where you match the certain pattern of shapes or what I assume are parade folds or something, I don't know, and my personal favorite, the one where you weigh items and give the heaviest or lightest item to the person on your right. But the last game, the absolute bane of my existence, is Mother May I with the fucking bucket and shovel. Not only is Mother May I one of the worst playground games to exist, if the person telling you to move is biased, then the winner's already been decided. But it just does not work here. Not only do you move forward every single time, defeating the purpose of the game, but you have to painstakingly sit through the counting of every single step you and your opponent take. It's like this game was made for toddlers or something. Anyways, I got enough blue dollars to get the prize and I showed off to my buddy Steve. All is right in the universe.
Man, that sure was a game. I just wish I could read the next game's title.
Blue's ABC Time Activities, the main cure to illiteracy in 1998. In this game, our man Steve writes some beautiful poetry for Blue, and like the inferior fool she is, Blue does not have anything to offer to the man in green. So it's our job to fill up her word book by playing more wacky mini games to build up words to use in the book. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't even use the word minigames anymore. Activities is a more useful word in this situation. This is obviously more of an educational title, as the activities consist of building up words with pictures to help learn basic spelling, where we learned that Blue was actually the one who created the sun. Next up is Safari Snapshots, which is probably my favorite. You get assigned a letter and you have to click on an animal whose name starts with that letter. This is where I learned that I did not know a single animal that started with the letter Q. So yes folks, I am on the same level of intellect as a preschooler. Have fun with that info. There's also mail time. You just drag the letter where it tells you to go, and then you read the finished product. I think the purpose of this game was to teach you how to fill out taxes or something. At least that's what I got from it back in 2009. Then, the two worst activities. One where you have to listen to the soap bar say, "Whoa, whoa," like 50 times before you click 2 words that rhyme to spell out a story. The lack of a skip feature really hurts here, but nowhere does it hurt more than the fucking bucket and shovel. They're back with a vengeance. In this activity, you have to click the letters of the alphabet in order. Simple enough, but then you have to watch Blue hop on each individual letter and have it read out. You have to do this 3 times to get a word, by the way, so have fun listening to the alphabet for the next 5 hours. However, in defense of this game, I'm not exactly the ideal Blue's Clues gamer. This game was made for small children to learn the alphabet, and to be fair, it did its job. I loved playing these games back in the day, and I'm sure it helped kids in the past.
However, this ain't no kindergarten class, bud. This is my domain. That means we hold these games to the same standards as Dragon Quest XI.
Jokes aside, this game did get a single chuckle out of me. With the words you collected, you can make a story and a visualization of the story you made is shown. I only had the word dog for the story, and putting it twice gave me this wonderful image that for some reason I found funny. And that was the end of Blue's Clues ABC's activities. Oh, also there's another game with a salt and pepper shaker. I don't really care.
What a great game. It made me feel like it was my birthday. God, that was a terrible transition.
Blue's Birthday is the last game we're talking about, and it's very different compared to the last two. First off, this game has 2 discs, yellow and red. Who knows what the yellow disc does because it doesn't work, and I'm not about to track down another copy. I don't need to be known as the guy who owns more of these games. 3 is plenty. The game starts up and Steve greets you with just the sickest moves around, and then the entire game is ruined when Blue comes into the shot. The plot is that it's Blue's birthday and you must go around finding out what to do at her party. The entire game plays like an episode of the show. You must play Blue's Clues to find out what she wants to do. The gameplay here is very similar to a basic edutainment game. You click on things in the background, they make funny noises or move fast to catch the children's attention. There are various little activities sprinkled throughout the game, such as making a cake, collecting the 5 party blowers, picking flowers with the fucking bucket and shovel, or putting together clues when you find them. Nothing too great, but mostly harmless. The main issue I'm having here is Steve. I know he's been the best part of the game so far, but god damn he is slow. Every time you click to move to another part, it takes like 10 seconds before you can click again so he can move onto the screen. Moving from house to outside, I can understand because I have to play these little cutscenes, but not every single time I take a step. That's about it. Other than that very small and stupid nitpick, it just feels like an interactive episode of Blue's Clues. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's a second game to play here. You aren't missing much though. It's the exact same game with a different plot and a few different activities. Overall, the game was a nice change of pace from the other edutainment games, as it didn't feel so much like a game themed around Blue's Clues. It felt like Blue's Clues, the game. Also, we get more Steve here, so solid title. Now, would I recommend these games? No, go play some Katamari. But should I really be judging and playing these games? I mean, they are meant for toddlers, but hey, they're good games meant for toddlers. I mean, I thought they were the shit when I was like 4 and I didn't even watch Blue's Clues. And at the end of the day, even if they were bad games, their goal was to educate and entertain children, which is commendable, and the whole point of Blue's Clues.
I did it! I found the meaning of Blue's Clues! I can finally become the new host!
Whoa, you did it. You are now the new host of Blue's Clues. I left you a prize in the mailbox. Steve out.
Mailbox? What? Oh. Fuck the kids, I'm going back to YouTube.
To be fit and trim. Now shake a leg and you will get slim. You know